This week's been dry. This week's been dry. Yeah. So, actually, quite a few updates. We've done pretty well. Our minions are growing up something fierce. They're starting to take over this side of the trellis. It's amazing, really amazing, how quickly these guys have taken on this trellis. Look at that. I mean, isn't that amazing? It's gone up and over this whole side, and I mean, it was about half of that last week. I mean, it is doubled in size in 1 week. It's just wow. It's just so lush and full of life. Can't see our signs. It's just grown over. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So I decided to stake this guy up. I mean, it was taking up so much space, and honestly, look at it now. I mean, I've got this whole area. Now, roots to consider, but as Holly would say, the wall of tomatoes. Ooh, the Dr. Witchies is blushing. Isn't that pretty? Little couple Kajaris. They should have some orange that starts to come in here, and they almost get to the point that they'll fall off, if not falling off, before you call them ripe and you eat them. It's what you would call like a personal size melon. So basically good for one person to eat. Down here, looks like we've got a zucchini that's coming to life. Now, I'm not so certain about this plant. I think the vine borers have gotten to it. I wanted to stake this guy up, but if the vine borers got to it, it might not be worth it. So monitor it for a couple days and see what happens. Now, the purple ends up cooking out in the end, but these we've been pulling nonstop. Now you see here the flowers. What'll happen is basically we've almost got all of the stages here, so you can see how the dark purple is the flower as it first kind of opens, and the white one is all the way open, and then this little thing that's right here, right by my thumb, that is a bean that's kind of poking through. So after the flower here has been pollinated, this little bean will stick out, and then gradually the bean will get bigger and bigger, and it will, this is the initial stages here where you'll get a little bit of purple on the bean there, and then it'll get a little bigger, and it's just, they've been a fantastic bean. And really, this up here now, I decided to hang up my onion up here, but that aside, I have been taking handfuls of this twice a day. It is, wow, look at that thing. Now you can see some damage a little bit. Japanese beetles have gone kind of wild. If you hear this echo in the background, those are the cicadas, the sound of my childhood when it comes to summer. So our new mini pumpkins are coming up, looking good. We did get an actual pumpkin. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So we got a little mini guy. We got another one coming along. There we go. Yeah, look at that. So not too far along. Hopefully they kind of start producing really well. These beans have filled out. Look at that. Boy, our green stock has filled out nicely. This has been a wonderful little wonderful addition to our garden. Oh. Isn't that just lovely? So this right here is a ground cherry. Been trying to get those going all year, and I couldn't quite get them going. Like, they would grow just a little bit, and then and then gone. So, I just have had bad luck with them this year. I've heard about them. I've never had one. I would like to have one. You could use them for jam. You can, I could list off some stuff that I've heard that you could do with them, but I would like to. I'd like to try. I'd really like to try. So, what I did was I took that pile and I kind of spread it throughout the garden. So I've got a little bit in each 4x4 bed. I think the one that is in the newly amended 4x4 bed, I think that might have. I don't think she's still with us anymore. But I did put that one in the pot that you saw. That one's great. And then I put one over in the horseshoe. So hopefully we get a little bit of something out of that. If you see we brought the pool out. It's like I said, it's hot. It's hot today. Real hot. It's been hot for the past couple days. So we brought the pool out. Check that out. Look at my pepper plant go. Now that's the Corbaci. This guy down here is the Sugar Rush Peach. Rather leafy right now. See any blossoms yet, so we'll just kind of let that guy go, obviously. The one back here, this one's our banana pepper. He's all right. He's starting to pick up just a little bit. And then this is our mini bell, and oh yeah, we got some down in here. Yeah, let's see that. Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah. So, now we've got melons. So that's a honeydew, and that's a honeydew. Now, I need to confirm, but you can see we've got a couple of them that are growing. See if they were fertilized. I hope they were pollinated. Another look at that. Beautiful. So this corner over here didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to. Our rosemary has been doing fine. Put it in its own pot and finally started taking off, and it's looking great. But this wheelbarrow was supposed to look different. I would say more alive would probably be the statement. It looks a little yellow. Now I understand there's yellow flowers, but always next year. So we learned a lot again this year, just like we did last year. So hey, so it's the next evening. I just realized I forgot to show you guys something that I'd never seen before, and say goodbye and see you next week, right? So look at this. look how many flowers there are on this. I mean, look at this. There are male and female flowers. Like, I mean, if I pull these leaves back just a little bit, like you can see the amount of flowers on this thing. Like, it's way more than I would think that there should be. I don't know, especially right up in here, there's gotta be a vine or two that are doubled up. I mean, look at that. Look, right here. See, this is the end, and then the other, it's attached right here. So 1, 2, just like that. It's amazing the amount of flowers that are on this thing. Let me know what you think. Have you ever seen anything like this before? Wow. Anyway, garden never ceases to amaze. Appreciate you guys watching, tuning in. If you guys have stuck with us this long, hit the like button, subscribe, come hang around, grow with us. No, we really appreciate it. Try and have a good night, and we'll see you next week.